Most of the free-ranging horses and burros in western United States are protected under the Wild Horse and Burro Act within designated lands called herd management areas or herd management territories. The government conducts regular counts to monitor herd sizes. There are currently about 80,000 horses and burros on rangelands, well over the goal of 24,000 that scientists estimate our rangelands can support. When there are too many horses or burros for the land to support in a management area, the government can remove some to maintain a thriving natural ecological balance. This means that both the horses, burros, and the vegetation that supports them remains healthy. When there are too many horses, the U.S. government, namely the Bureau of Land Management and the Forest Service, have a few options to reduce the population: placing horses in long-term pastures, adoption or sale of horses, and fertility control. All of these options require rounding up the horses, called gathering, in the areas where they or their environment is unhealthy. To move animals off the rangelands to corrals, the BLM often uses helicopters to round them up, where they can then load animals and move them to temporary or short-term holding facilities. Once there, they're fed, watered, given medical treatment, and sorted by age and sex. At the holding facilities, horses and burros can begin the adoption or sale process. Younger horses are often chosen for the adoption process. In 2023, 6,200 animals were adopted. Horses that are older than 10 years and have been passed up for adoption 3 times are eligible for sale, with limitations on how the animals will be taken care of upon their sale. In 2023, 1,800 animals were sold. Horses and burros that won't likely be adopted or sold are sent off range to pastures to spend the rest of their lives. As a last resort, very sick or injured animals are humanely put down or euthanized. For horses and burros involved in the fertility control efforts, animals are usually baited into corrals with food and water. Fertility control is not a common or widespread method used at this time. About 7,000 animals were treated in 2023. However, the BLM and the Forest Service are putting a lot of effort into this research so that it can become a more effective and common tool in the near future. It's worth noting that the slaughter of wild horses and burros is illegal. They were protected from slaughter, the killing of animals for products such as meat or glue, with the passing of the Wild Horse and Burro Act. However, some of the public fears that wild horses and burros are slaughtered still in the United States. The last horse slaughterhouse, which was for domestic horses, was closed in 2007. There are no horses slaughtered for human consumption materials in the United States at this time. The sale of gathered wild horses by the BLM and the Forest Service includes protections that prohibit these animals from being transported to Mexico or Canada to be slaughtered there. In summary, when horses and burros protected under the Wild Horse and Burro Act become overpopulated, resulting in their poor health as well as that of their habitat, the government will gather them off the rangelands. From there, the BLM and the Forest Service will attempt to adopt them out, sell them, or keep them in off-range pastures for the rest of their lives.